Safe to say the last couple of games haven't gone that well for the Philadelphia Phillies. Last night they were shut out for the first time here in St. Louis, and now they're going to look to even this series. Beautiful day for baseball. This is what it's all about, Dave. Baseball on the weekend. The Phils and the Cardinals, game 2 of a 3-game series. Hey, everybody, I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Ben Davis. All right, so the Phillies offense has been a storyline over the last several games. You know, coming out of spring training, I think everybody was very optimistic that they would have erased what happened in the postseason last year, but they've hit somewhat of a speed bump these last few days.
They have. It's been sputtering. I mean, to be perfectly honest, it just has not gone the way that the Phillies hoped it would have gone. The last 4 games, it's been a struggle. The thing that I've noticed the most, obviously with the strikeouts, but is the soft contact, the weak contact, really not finding many barrels. Perfect case last night. Just 3 singles on the night. 3 hits, 3 singles. It's just a soft contact, really, that I've taken notice of the last 4 games.
Kyle Schwarber with that little check swing. He had one of the hardest hit baseballs last night, his base hit in the first inning. All right, so Miles Michaelis makes the start today. Maybe the Phillies can get better today against Michaelis.
And this is some pretty good sample size here. You look at the at-bats here from Trey Turner, Harper, Castellanos, Bohm, Marsh, even Rojas, who's not in the lineup today. But there's some good numbers, some power numbers, a lot of extra base hits in this lineup today. So maybe this is something that can really kickstart this lineup into producing some more offense.
All right, after the game last night, our Rally House quote of the day came from Kyle Schwarber.
Obviously I want, everyone through our lineup to, feel like they're at their best, taking their best at bats, and and everyone's going to be able to trust the guy behind them, right? And I feel like that's why we're all such a close-knit group, is because we all have that trust with each other, and even if we know that we're not going to get that job done, that we're going to find a way to get close to it and be in striking distance, just like we were tonight.
I do love the eye contact when he's talking. He said, right, as if we're trying to get everybody to agree. And they are comfortable still. They still feel good about what's going to happen. Hopefully they can change it today. Michaelis has 161 pitches this year, only 6 swings and misses.
That's good for the Phillies offense today.
Hopefully it is good for the Phillies offense. That's right. Plus, they have Christopher Sanchez on the mound. That's always a good thing for the Philadelphia Phillies. Beautiful day for baseball. Soak in the sun here in St. Louis. Our pitching matchup, we'll discuss it when we return.
Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
Back to St. Louis, don't forget, as we have a beautiful day for baseball, Xfinity delivers Wi-Fi built for streaming live sports with ultra-low lag. Stream the biggest moments from the best seat in the house with Xfinity. Should be a decent-sized crowd. A lot of people still milling around outside coming in for this 1:15 local time start. It'll feature Christopher Sanchez against Miles Michaelis. So here is that matchup. This is the third start for Sanchez. He's got 11 innings under his belt. He has given up 3 home runs, which is odd just because he went so long without giving up a home run last year. Michaelis, meanwhile, had a decent first start and then a not-so-decent second start. Still hasn't given up a home run, but has given up a boatload of hits. And we mentioned a moment ago, 160-plus pitches. He only has 6 swings and misses so far this season. So maybe this is a guy the Phillies can get better against.
You sure hope so, especially with the lefties. Lefties hitting 500 versus Miles Michaelis this year. Righties, not too bad either, 273. But anxious to see the third time through for Sanchez today. The first and second time through for Sanchez, just 188 opposition batting average. The third time through at 364. So we'll see how he attacks this lineup, hopefully through the third time through.
And again, it's a small sample size at this point in the year. Game 2 between the Phillies and the St. Louis Cardinals. Get your sunscreen on. It's the kind of day it is. Lineups at first pitch when we return to Busch Stadium. Phillies.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com to find your new vehicle today. Toyota, let's go Phils. By Xfinity, stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Xfinity, bring on the good stuff. By Citizens, official bank of the Phils. And by Independence Blue Cross. Learn more at IBX.com. Well, the mighty mist is flowing today here in St. Louis. Temperature 61 degrees. Very light breeze. Really no humidity. 38%. It's not too shabby at all. And yes, the sun is out. It's going to be out for the next couple of days here in St. Louis. In fact, hopefully tomorrow we're going to be in the 70s, which is a good sign for everybody back home because hopefully that's heading our way. Lineup cards are being exchanged at home plate. And let's take a look at the Phillies lineup, brought to you by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live one time. Well, it's basically the same as yesterday with the exception of JT back in the lineup, and he is batting 7th. Alec Bohm 8th, and then Brandon Marsh 9th. Rob Thompson said don't look too far into the fact that Bohm was moved down one more spot. It's only because JT was put in the lineup, and he's been batting 7th for most of this year. Just waiting for Miles Mikolas to take the field for the Phillies. By the way, Alec Bohm spoke to the media earlier today, and he was very good. And he talked about the lack of success that he has had and the problems that he has had to start this year and really to end last season. One of the most poignant, and he was very honest. He said he was asked whether he thinks that there is a microscope over him with everything he does. He said absolutely. He said, but he understands that part of it, that he's playing in Philadelphia, that everything he does is monitored. And he said that this is a very difficult spot. He said, I do wish that it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, obviously.
He said that the other day when he had that ball against Schwellenbach, which I thought was one of the hardest hit balls he's had on this road trip, he said, oh, okay, we're going to play this game, meaning the gods of baseball. All right, we're going to play this game. We're going to hit the ball hard. But I thought he was very good today, Ben, when he talked to the media. And it was a longer session than usual.
Yeah.
But he also said that he's comfortable because of his teammates, because of the coaching staff, that he's not really keeping an eye on everything outside of what's happening on the baseball diamond, just because he knows it's going to turn around.
Yeah, and they know that he knows that his teammates have his back, and you know everyone's pulling on the rope in the same direction down there in that dugout. So he'll be just fine. He's too good a hitter not to be. Yeah,
and we'll go over some of the other numbers too that he is looked at and understands. You know, the hard hit rate, the barrel rate, the expected batting average, because he's struggling, yes, but those numbers are still in a pretty good spot, whereas Brandon Marsh, unfortunately, is struggling just as much, but his numbers are not in the same vein. The expected batting average, the hard hit rate, things like that as well. Miles Mikolas set to take the field for the Cardinals. Our Rand Spear injury report. Well, Mason Wynn, who left last night's game with back spasms, time in the next couple of days, but I don't think it was going to be Wynn that was going to be sent down. But Ali Marmol decided that the back spasms needed a few days to subside. Here's the defense behind Miles Mikolas. A couple of Gold Glovers, Arenado with 10. And Brendan Donovan, who won one as a utility guy a couple years ago in his rookie season in the big leagues. But he's a pretty good second baseman. And that's where he's playing this afternoon. All right, so Miles Mikolas coming in with a record of 0-1, an ERA of 11.25. And he has struggled this year. I mean, his first start was okay. Second start, not so much for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Anxious to see how the Phillies attack him. First time through the lineup, opponents hitting .412 against Mikolas. Second time through, hitting just a .188. But the third time through, they're hitting 1,000 against him.
Yeah, he was limited to 5 1/3 against the Angels in his first start. He allowed 2 earned runs, but then against the Red Sox, he allowed 8 earned runs, 11 hits in 2 2/3. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. This is his pitch arsenal this year. And again, he's going to throw more, I would say more junk as the lead dog. The slider / cutter is probably his primary pitch, as you can see there. And the opposition hitting .333 against that pitch.
Let's get him up in the strike zone. It should be okay.
And the first inning and second inning have been 2 real issues for the Phillies. And you mentioned the first time through against Mikolas. Phillies have only scored 3 runs this year in the first 2 innings of games.
It's really hard to believe.
Hard to believe.
Hard to believe.
All right, here we go. Bryson Stott will lead things off. 0 for 4 in last night's ball game. First pitch of today's ball game is brought to you by Audi. They play him to pull on the left side. Arenado is about a step from the infield grass. Game 2 with this lineup with Stott leading it off is underway, and the first pitch is in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Stott hitting .256 on the year. 1 home run, 5 runs batted in. He's hit in 7 of 9 as he takes, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. He's Stott, Turner, and Harper for the Phils. Out toward right field. Coming on is Walker. Makes the sliding attempt. He got it. A little snow cone action. And that is the way things are going for the Phillies right now. 1 out.
That ball not hit very hard, but Walker with some good closing speed here.
He's so long, too.
Yeah, he's ready right out of the chute. Fine play.
So 1 away. Trey Turner coming up. Home plate umpire Scott Barry made sure that Trey was doing okay today. 4-game hitting streak for Trey. He had a base hit in last night's ball game. Pops that one foul just below us, and the count is 0-1. He's a .268 lifetime .289 hitter against the Cardinals. Fly ball center field, and it's playable for Victor Scott. It's not that deep, and he makes the catch. 2 outs. And now Bryce Harper. Our same game parlay brought to you by FanDuel. Alec Boehm to get a hit, -230. Jordan Walker to record an RBI, +200. And Michaelis over under on strikeouts. He's not a strikeout pitcher. And Harper going right after him, and he fouls it off over the third base side.
These guys are hacking early.
Harper 7 for 21 lifetime against Michaelis. He does have a home run. And the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, 1-1. Pages is back behind the plate after playing second base yesterday with Brendan Donovan's second base glove. Outside.
I thought Pozo would be back in there today.
I did too.
3-hit performance last night after entering the game in the second inning. Tough league. You get 3 knocks. Hey, you don't play the next day.
Surprising 3 knocks, right?
Yeah.
3 balls and 1 strike to Harper. At the knees, 3-2. Change up that did get the box.
Just at the bottom. Good pass at that one.
Michaelis' lifetime is 64 and 65 with an ERA of 4.21. Lifetime against the Phillies, he's 2 and 4. Again, fouled away. All right, so he's getting some good looks.
A couple 4-seamers. Last pitch at 93, this one at 92.
Today marks his 175th start as a member of the Cardinals. He's the 20th Cardinal to reach that mark. Line drive, base hit up the middle for Harper. A 2-out single.
I can't remember the last time Bryce Harper got 3 fastballs in a row. That ball was smoked back up the box.
And in that location, too. Usually it's up in the zone.
That ball was by him before he even flinched.
So here's the cleanup spot, which aside from Schwarber, who's 7 for 15 is the cleanup hitter so far this year, nobody else has really done much. Overall, the cleanup spot is 7 for 54. 6 home runs, tied for first with Tommy Edman. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cleanup spot is 7 for 54 overall behind Bryce Harper. But the numbers are even more mind-boggling. So if somebody other than Kyle Schwarber is batting cleanup, it doesn't have to be Harper batting third. Other than Schwarber, the cleanup spot is 2 for 36. 2 balls, 1 strike. Harper leads off first. 2-2.
Just a hair late was Kyle on that one.
Schwarber 6 for 31 against Michaelis. Bouncer foul past Paco, and it remains 2-2.
Yeah, with Michaelis, you pretty much just kind of wait him out. He's going to give you something to hit. It's just a matter of not getting yourself out, letting pitch get deeper in the strike zone. Just doesn't seem to have the same finish on his pitches as he did in years past.
Now 36 years old.
See that curveball there, just kind of rolling up to home plate. Not a whole lot of bite to it.
Harper not being held on, he'll go. Pitch fouled back. That was a good pitch to hit. I think Schwarber's a little bummed at himself.
See him shaking his head.
Yes.
How did I miss that? I don't know.
Castellanos waits on deck. Let's see if he gets it again. Harper takes off. Fouled back again. Yeah, his slider's more like a cutter.
Yeah. Doesn't really do a whole lot. See Schwarber with his customary shades on during day games.
A couple of long at bats for Harper and for Schwarber. This will be the 9th pitch of this at bat. And that just missed, according to the home plate umpire. Kyle may have gotten away with one there.
Oh, he definitely got away with one.
So the Phils have first and second with 2 outs. And Castellanos coming up.
Scott Barry said if he doesn't swing, it's not a strike. Worked out.
Citizen stats leaders, the highest walk percentage this year in the National or Major League Baseball. The Phillies are at 12.2%. Schwarber's and Harper are among the leaders in those categories. Harper's walked 11 times. And now Castellanos and Pages going out just to kind of give Michaelis a breather, because he's probably steaming that he didn't get that call. Castellanos has 2 career home runs against Michaelis. And a strike 0-1. And part of the problem the Phillies have had has been runners in scoring position. So last night they were 0 for 5. They left 5. And even a week ago their numbers were very lofty with runners in scoring position, but it's down to 216 as a team. And obviously it goes hand in hand, as Rob mentioned today, with just the lack of offense. The last 4 games they're 4 for 29.
Just simply has to get better. Everyone in that dugout, they'll be the first one to tell you as well.
0-2. Outside, 1-2. Well, already 25 pitches for Michaelis here in the first. 9 balls, 16 strikes. Out to left center field. That's well hit. Going back on it is Scott toward the alley. He can't get it. It glances off his glove. 2 runs will score. Castellanos to second. It's a 2-run double, and the Phillies have taken an early lead.
That's some 2-out lightning in a bottle. 2 quick outs by the Phils. Stott and Turner go down on lazy fly balls, and then Harper does his thing. Schwarber gets away with 1. And Castellanos makes him pay.
Victor Scott almost got to that one, too.
Thought that ball was going to be down easily, and he surprised he was able to get a glove on it. But nice to see the Phils come out and early on.
Yeah, again, it's only their 4th and 5th runs in the first inning of games this year. And Kepler swings through the first pitch, and that is the 7th swing and miss this year for Michaelis. And what was almost 190 pitches. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Love to see the Phillies take advantage. Another one out there now. Ball went right in front of Saquon Barkley over there.
Somebody have a Saquon jersey?
He does, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Smoked into the Cardinals dugout.
Wow. He didn't hit that ball foul. He hit it dead right. My goodness. You're just not expecting this from a left-handed hitter. Oh my.
Luke and Baker just ducked.
My word.
And he's a big dude. Out to right field. Walker lounges back. Now comes in. And the inning is over. Phillies, though, do strike. They get a couple in the inning on a 2-run double by Nick Castellanos. Middle of the first. Phils 2. Cardinals coming up. Back here in St. Louis, here's the Cardinals lineup brought to you by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live one time. Lars Nootbaar leads things off. Luke and Baker is starting today. He's the DH, and he's batting second. Wilson Contreras is in the lineup today, and he'll bat third. Facing left-hander Christopher Sanchez. Sanchez so far, 11 innings, 16 strikeouts, and he has received 2 no decisions in his first 2 outings. Phillies won both of the games that he pitched in. They won the first game 6-1. He allowed 1 earned run. And against the Dodgers, they won it 8-7. He allowed 4 earned runs. Outside 2-0 to Nootbaar, who was 1 for 3 yesterday with a couple of walks.
Hope the trend continues, but lefties have not gotten a hit off Sanchez this year.
At the knees, 2-1. Off the foot of Nootbaar. You know, a stat that was in the Phillies note package today, which I thought was interesting. He has struck out 16 in his first 2 games. It's the most strikeouts he's had in the first 2 games of the season, ahead of 23, 24, 22, 21, in that order. You know, 23 had 10, 24 he had 9. It's that deception of the changeup, and it's just getting better. He throws it there. Now, sometimes in the first couple innings, he doesn't have it. I think early on this season, he's had the changeup in the first couple of innings.
Something Topper always talks about. Sometimes it just takes him a while, but once he gets the feel of it, it's a different ball game. Literally.
And he walked him. It's only the 4th walk. So last night the walks were a major issue for Aaron Nola. Defense behind him. JT back in there. He's behind the plate. Same outfield, same infield alignment as yesterday. Well, for Nootbaar, that's his 11th walk. He and Bryce Harper are tied for 5th in Major League Baseball in that category. And you got to keep an eye on him because he will run.
A couple bags last night.
Swing at a foul by Baker, who pinch hit yesterday. He was 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter.
One of the biggest 2-hole hitters you'll ever see.
Very large man. Kind of reminds me of Adam Dunn.
A little bit.
It's sharply to short. That should be 2. There's 1 and an easy double play. 6-4-3. That'll certainly help the old pitch count.
You talk about tailor-made. About as easy double play as you're ever going to see.
That's the 11th double play the Cardinals have hit into this year. The Phillies have hit into a league-leading 12 double plays. Wilson Contreras did not play yesterday. Swing and a miss. He has really struggled to start this year. Started 0 for 19. He was 1 for 14 in the Pirates series that just finished up. He has just 5 hits and 49 at bats. As he makes the move to first base, he looks good physically, doesn't he?
He does. Always kept himself in good shape. He showed those numbers. A 143 slugging percentage. That is hard to believe.
1-2. His on base is 170, 143 slug, and a 313 OPS.
Amazing. Still in that 3-hole though.
Yeah, he had been batting second, so they've moved him from that spot. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and upstairs 3-2.
It's like the velocity's down just a tick.
A little bit. I don't know if he's doing that on purpose or if it's just down. You see the velocity the last 2 years. It certainly has been up this year. Out to right field. Castellanos on the run toward the line and makes the catch right in foul territory. And he gets a high five and a fist bump from the Phillies fans who are down the right field line. Time to check out the T-Mobile coverage cam, and what a great moment, not only because of this catch by Castellanos right on the edge of the half wall, but as he's there, he sees a Phillies fan, gives him a high five and a fist bump, and then tosses him the baseball. What a moment that was for everybody involved as Real Muto pops this first pitch up in the second over to first to Contreras, and he makes the catch.
That is so great.
That was outstanding. Nice job, little
Nick.
guy.
Yeah, good job, Nick, too. That's awesome. He's texting all his boys right now.
I like those seats, too, that they're sitting in down there.
I can't believe Nick actually had a play on that ball. I just thought it was going to go in the stands.
I did, too. Alec Boehm is the batter. Alec, well, it's been a struggle. He's 0 for his last 17. Takes a strike. It's 0-1. 1 for his last 26. He talked today about the fact that, you know, he hasn't taken it out to his defense, and he hasn't. And we discussed this. You know, they look at different analytic numbers, and I know sometimes people poo-poo them, but some of his hard hit rate is 87%. So he's hitting the ball anything above 95 miles per hour. So if you're a hitting coach or if you're the manager, you like to see that because there's no adjustments that need to be made in some ways. It's hopefully just hitting into better luck. 1-2.
Yeah, hit the ball hard, good things happen. It's just a matter of time for Alec. As I tell kids all the time, like, when you go to home plate, what's your one objective? Get a hit. To see a lot of pitches. No, your objective is to go up there and hit something hard.
Right.
Every time. Go up there, hit something hard, something good is going to happen.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Outside 2-2. He said he doesn't mechanically feel like anything's off. He said some days, you know, he feels like his mechanics are way off, and he still gets a hit or two. Breaking ball and a strike 3 call. That was just a hook that dropped in.
Yeah, we buckled him a little bit.
First strikeout for Michaelis. And then with 2 outs, here's Brandon Marsh. That's an old-fashioned curveball right there. Marsh fouls it away. Marsh 4 for 32 with 1 extra base hit so far. He was 0 for 2 yesterday. He finished up last year 2 for his last 18, and then 1 for 13 in the postgame. But his spring, even though his average was at 259, there were signs that he was using the whole field, which is what they'd like him to do. And he knows that. And the 0-2. Up and away, 1-2.
And when you're struggling, that seems to be the case. You look at the score bug, 1-2. It just seems like you're always in the hole when you're scuffling.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Michaelis. Phillies go down in order here in the second. We're on to the bottom of the second. The Phillies with 2 runs in the first lead at 2-0. Use your NBC Sports app to stream all of our Phillies coverage all season long. Presented by Lundy Law, your injury lawyers. Walking around the concourse today, a little thumbs up from the Phillies fans. There are a number of them out here. Got a doubleheader today. You got this. You got the game 1:15 local time, and then if you choose, and some will, you have the Frozen Four Championship tonight. The NCAA Men's Ice Hockey Championship.
Pretty cool.
Arenado leads it off, takes a strike, 0-1. BU is probably the favorite going in. You know, Jonesy was here the other day, Ben.
Was he?
Yeah. Out to short left. Turner is under it.
He is one of the funniest human beings I've ever been around. Keith Jones.
Is he?
He's hilarious.
I always like his company. He's
absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, talking to Dave Dombrowski today, and Dave is a Western Michigan alum as well. He's going to go to the game tonight. He's looking forward to it. He said he caught up with Jonesy the other day.
Oh, cool.
At the Starbucks outside of our hotel, the home of Kevin Stocker. First pitch outside, 1-0.
I was there this morning.
Was Kevin Stocker there?
No, he was not. Trey Turner was.
Brendan Donovan, the batter, fouls it away, 2-0, or 1-1, excuse me. Did you pay for Trey's coffee?
I did not. He came in after me.
There it is, Frozen Four. Penn State and Denver both lost the other night. There's a base hit to left field.
First one of the year for a lefty.
Yep. Ben mentioned it before. Lefties had not picked up a hit against him. Jordan Walker, the batter. Oh, and 1. Teams really do try to limit the left-handers against him. Coming into today, they were 0 for 11 against him. Righties, though, 313 against him. Bounced foul. And now quickly 0-2 to Walker.
Exactly what you want. About 10 miles an hour off your changeup from your fastball. He's right back to that high velocity again. This inning, 95, 96. That changeup there at 85.
Yeah, so he's brushed aside the 92, 93 from the first inning.
Sanchez, not a great move to first, but he had Donovan going back to the bag on that one.
Well, it's better. It was better as the season went on last year because they were stealing bags against him early on last season. Swing at a foul. That was one of the better changeups he's thrown in these first couple innings.
It's number 3 in a row to Walker.
Phillies play the infield looking for 2, although it's an odd alignment. You see where Stott is near the second base bag. Over to first, foul. Stubby Clapp made that play.
Yeah, he did.
2 great names in the coaching lines for the Cardinals. Stubby Clapp over at first, and Pop Warner over at third. There's Pop, not the Pop Warner, but way inside. I think the Cardinals were looking to see if that hit him. Descalso was looking as if it hit his foot. 2-2. Back toward the middle, right at Stott. Steps on the bag, throws to first in time. Second double play of the game for the Phils. No runs, 1 hit. and nobody left. This is perfect positioning by the advanced team for the Phils to get Walker to hit it to 2. You're invited to show your Philly pride as we turn the lights up for the second City Connect Friday of the season. Come to Citizens Bank Park on April 18th as the Phils take on the Marlins. Secure your seats today at phillies.com/tickets. There it is, City Connect.
That's it.
They have new jackets this year, a little different than last year with the City Connect. The City Connect blue jackets that are available in the New Era Team store, they are awesome.
Fire.
Although the one you were wearing yesterday that you borrowed from Phil Sheridan in the clubhouse, the red one was nice too.
Mm-hmm. That's the one that Topper has on right now. Same one. Of course, I had to give it back to Phil today.
Well, he's just going to secure it for when you're cold the next time. 0-2 to Stott. Stott flied out to right his first time up. Swing and a miss. Boy, for somebody who doesn't have a lot of swings and misses this year, he's getting a handful of swings and misses today. 3 strikeouts.
3 in a row. Just ties up Bryson here.
Oh, 1 to Turner. He has 3 swings and misses today. He had 6 in the first 2 games. 0-2. He's also picked up a little velocity on his sinker.
Mm-hmm.
Over to third. Arenado. Whoop. 2 outs.
Got the old school flip downs.
Monday morning at 6, tune in for the only 30-minute local sports show in town. Catch up on all the news about your team starting the day with Sportsnet Central, presented by your Delaware Valley Hyundai dealers. Yeah, those are the gargoyles, the flip downs.
I haven't seen them in forever.
He's one of the only guys that still wears them, and there are many people that contend that they are better on pop-ups than the store-bought glasses that guys wear. Fly ball left center field. Scott into the alley. I don't know if he sees it. Yeah, he does. He makes the catch. He had the store-bought glasses on, but he was able to see it. 1, 2, 3 go the Phils after a 31-pitch first inning. Nick Michaelis has settled down. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your local Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by Farsiga. For more information, visit Farsiga.com. I guess the version of the Fanatic Dangle hat is what that youngster was wearing. It's nice out in the sun today. Pages will lead it off. He'll take a strike. It's 0-1. Benny was 11 years old the last time he played second base in a game. He said he would have bet house money that he would not have played second base in a ball game. There's a one hopper that's past the dive of Alec Boehm. He'll hold up, or as they like to say in the game, anchor down at first base. He'll drop anchor.
This ball gets on Alec in a hurry. Nothing he can really do with that one. Just bounces right over his glove.
Yeah, it did take a weird hop once it hit the ground. Victor Scott, the second, 0 for 4 last night. Alec is playing in on the grass at third. 0-1.
Way in. In the grass at third.
He does not seem to be as inclined to bunt.
See Alex still creeping. Good
Outside
spot.
corner. Lefty on lefty changeup.
Now he retreats.
Now he'll play back.
Love to see that third double play of the game, but this guy can flat out fly.
Yeah, he's a tough one to double up. Do you think at all in his mind the bunt is there? Not, I mean, I know not now.
You would hope it would be. Those kind of wheels. No, not Chris Wheeler.
Not Mr. Spring Training.
Not Mr. Spring Training. But I mean, it's just such a weapon to have, that kind of speed. I mean, it's not just like he's fast. Like, his speed is elite.
Swing at a foul.
Sinker at 96. Something he's gotten so much better at is pitching lefties in with that good hard sinker.
Wow, now it's back to 3-2. That one just missed. That was a lot closer than I thought, according to the box. Fly ball center field. Marsh is over. It's not that deep. He's in. And with one out, Sajaci is the batter. Batting ninth today, Thomas Sajaci. Sajaci was 2 for 4 last night with a run. Cardinals picked him up in a trade with the Rangers. They sent Jordan Montgomery to the Rangers. There's a base hit up the middle.
First pitch slider. He was ready for it. The Cardinals have first and second with just one out.
Last night the Cardinals began the game with a .299 batting average with runners in scoring position. It was number 1 in at least the National League, but they were 1 for 13 last night. That one is shot toward the hole at shortstop. Turner's got it. He has no play, and Nootbaar is aboard. The bases are loaded here in the home third. That is so unlucky.
far just finding a hole here.
Yeah, there's really nothing anybody could do on this.
It's like real estate. Location, location, location.
Baker hit into a double play his first time up. Cardinals have hit into 2 double plays. Outside, 1-0. Baker's hit 2 home runs in each of the last 2 seasons with the Cardinals. Not many at bats. Out towards second, that could be 2. There's 1 and 2 for the second time today. Baker's hit into a double play, and it's the 3rd one overall. 4-6-3. And Sanchez works out of a jam here in the 3rd to keep the Phillies on top. This RAV4 inning is brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com to find your 2025 RAV4 Toyota today. Toyota. Let's go Phils. 3 innings in the books. The Cardinals have hit into 3 double plays. Luke and Baker's hit into 2. It's the 2nd time this year the Cardinals have hit into 3 double plays in a game. But the first time they've done it in the first 3 innings of a game. What a huge break for the Phils as we begin the 4th, and Schwarber takes strike 1.
Schwarber with the key at bat back in the 1st inning.
They worked out a walk after Harper singled. Both had long at bats. Both were about 9 pitches each.
Schwarber got the benefit of the doubt from home plate umpire Scott Barry.
Yes, he did.
Castellanos made him pay.
Two and one.
How they have that ability just to let the ball get that deep in the strike zone. I mean, he had every intention of swinging at that, and then he said, you know what, that's the ball. He just doesn't have to go out and get it. His bat speed, his hand strength. That's why he's the Schwarberian.
That's right. 2 balls, 2 strikes, or 3 balls, 2 strikes, excuse me. 3rd and slugging to Pete Alonso.
But the night he had last night.
Had a big night.
The polar bear out in Sacramento.
Swing and a miss. 4 swings and misses. Our Audi electric play was Castellanos' last at bat.
He gets down to the count, but blisters this ball out to left center. Scott the second, unable to come up with it, and Harper and Schwarber score easily.
That was his 4th extra base hit against Michaelis in his career. He's got a couple home runs and 27 plate appearances. But a solid start for Nick. Hopper's got to make that play. Dusty was there to back him up, though, with his feet, with his U-boats.
With his size 27s. Look, they look like canoes.
Way outside, 1-2. Michael has reinvented himself early in his career. He went to Japan for 3 years. He learned command more than anything else, as he said, and how to pitch with command instead of just trying to throw as hard as possible.
That's what it's all about.
And then when he came back, he had all these different teams that were lining up to try to get his services because, you know, they had scouted him and they saw the difference that it made pitching in Japan. And the 2-2. Opposite way, right at Walker. And Max Kepler coming up. Time for our Stump the Fans trivia question, brought to you by FanDuel Casino. Ben, there have been more than 300 players who have played for both the Phillies and the Cardinals. Other than Edmundo Sosa and JoJo Romero, who are respectively on the teams and played for the other, they were traded for each other. Who was the last one to do it? The last one.
Scott Rowland?
No, I'll tell you that's not the right answer.
Not the right answer?
Last one.
Huh.
One ball, one strike.
Polanco?
He did, but no, it's not Polanco. 1-2.
Not Placido.
No, it was pretty recent.
Pretty recent.
Pretty recent.
Outfielder, infielder?
Neither.
So he's a catcher or pitcher?
Swing and a miss. 5 strikeouts, 10 in a row, retired by Michaelis. Phillies go down in order again. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. This RAV4 inning is brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com to find your 2025 RAV4 Toyota today. Toyota, let's go Phils. Nice day. Lighter crowd than I expected for today. Used to be you came here to St. Louis and it was jam-packed every single game.
I was expecting to see more, especially with the forecast.
That was my thought, too. Usually weekends in St. Louis, it's hopping. Phillies lead it 2-0. The double play ball has certainly benefited Christopher Sanchez today as we go to the home fourth. Contreras takes strike one. Contreras isn't catching anymore because he's been so injury prone behind the plate. Last year he broke his forearm and later on broke his finger. And they thought, you know, we've invested all this money in him, and he is a very good offensive player. Let's get him out from behind home plate. He's retired on the ground ball to Trey Turner. But he's a pretty good catcher, man.
He was a good catcher. Threw the ball well. Good hands. Speaking of throwing the ball well, that had something on it from Trey Turner there.
Well, Contreras was moving. The only thing better than a hot dog at the ballpark is 2 for the price of 1. Get 2 hot dogs for $5 on Hatfield Phillies Frank's BOGO nights, the 14th of April and the 29th. Arenado fouls it away. Tickets can be purchased at Phillies.com. Last night they had $5 dogs and beers here at the Old Yard.
I don't think his heart was in that swing, Tom.
You don't, huh?
Something tells me it wasn't. Yeah, $5 cold ones. It's not bad.
No. The 0-2. Cued foul.
That change of that good action on it.
Bark in the park today. There were a lot of dogs.
Lots of dogs.
Lots of dogs.
How would Reese do here?
Be very excited.
Yeah?
Yep. Not like Sarge Alyssa Milano excited, but, you know, excited.
Excited nonetheless.
Yes. The other day, you know, I have that Ring camera on my phone. Did I tell you this story? The other day, somebody was at the house, and she's, you know, Reese was by herself because Meg was working and I was on the road, and somebody was dropping off a pamphlet that they wanted to promote something. And 0-2, fly ball right field, not deep. Castellanos in, nobody to congratulate after making the catch. There, 2 outs. Anyway, the person was pressing the Ring doorbell, and I can see it on my phone, and they're having a conversation with Reese while this is, and Reese is barking because
that's what dogs do.
That's what dogs do. And I'm thinking, oh, poor Reese is going to be home for the next 2 hours. Can you just not talk to her through the window?
Just carry on a conversation with her.
Yeah. Donovan singled his first time up. 0-1. He's now hit in 8 consecutive games. He has 3 3-hit games this season. Outside corner. That's a beauty of a pitch.
97.
Yeah, I wonder if he was just
messing around.
Just messing around early on.
I'll throw this one at 92. Yeah, for a goof.
Swing and a miss. What a pitch.
That's dirty.
1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals here in the 4th inning. Strikeout number 1 for Christopher Sanchez. We'll head to the 5th inning. The Phils on top, 2-0. Fans 18 and older are invited to sign up now for the Fightin' Phils fan club. All memberships include an exclusive hat, a clear tote bag, discounted ticket offers, and access to member-only perks and events. Visit Phillies.com/fan clubs for more info. A lot of fans of JT, and he scoots that one on the ground out to shortstop. That's 11 in a row retired by Michaelis. A little different pitcher than what we saw before.
A lot of ground balls today on both sides.
Time to look at StatCast presented by Audi. Here's Alec Boehm. This is what we talked about the hard hit rate, 95 miles per hour or more. So he has the 6 singles and the 1 double, but look at all the outs. He has 15 outs that are 95 miles per hour or more. And again, if you want to have positive reinforcement about it, then that's something that you remind him of, and he knows, and people have reminded him of it. But as he said, he goes, I would like it to end.
Yeah, no kidding.
He was, again, he was thoughtful today. He was honest, and he was funny with some of his comments.
Very accountable. And as I mentioned, when Marsh, his first bat, 0-2, it's uncanny.
This is the spot, though, where he usually hits well here in St. Louis. .340 lifetime hitter against the Cardinals. Ground ball to second base.
Another hard hit ball.
Donovan's got it, throws him out.
Another hard hit ball. That's just the way it goes. I mean, look at Baker today, the 2-hole hitter for the Cardinals. He hit 2 bullets and then 2 double plays.
Marsh struck out his first time up.
That ball there, 102.1 for Alec. Off the bat.
Outside, 3-0. And ball 4, walked on 4 pitches. That ends the string of consecutive batters retired.
Love to see Brandon off and running here.
Michaelis had retired 12 in a row.
He can be methodical towards home plate.
Stott is 0 for 2. He's flied out and he is struck out. Curve ball drops in, 0-1.
He goes a straight slide step on that first one.
And again, lined out to right field. That'll be in for a base hit. Walker will try to cut it off. Oh, he let it go to the fence. Marsh is around third, heading for home, and Marsh is going to score. It's an RBI double for Stott, and the Phillies take a 3-0 lead.
Those 2-out walks will bite you right in the tail every time.
What a swing by Stott. 6 RBIs now. That's his 3rd double. I don't know why he didn't cut that ball off before it went to the fence.
Even if you have to slide to get it, you're going to eliminate that run at home plate. But Walker just lets it go right on by him. The angle wasn't the best.
Well,
the Phillies will take it.
Yeah.
2-out walks.
Yeah, particularly with his speed, I thought he'd be able to cut it off. Trey Turner, the hitter, he's 0 for 2. Still a runner in scoring position. 1 ball and 1 strike. Out to right, not deep. Walker's over, now sprints in. He won't get there. I don't think he saw it off the bat right away. I don't know if he would have been able to track it down, but he started almost back a step and around. 1-2.
Either way, Trey's got some new life here. 1 more strike to work with. Add on. Keep adding on.
Curveball swung on and missed. Now that wraps up this 5th inning. Phillies, though, do add another run on an RBI double for Bryson Stott. Middle of the 5th. 3-0 Phils. On the latest Phillies talk, the guys touch on a lot, including a positive sign for Alec Boehm, Taijuan Walker's scoreless starts, Jesus Luzardo making a great first impression, and the bullpen usage, all in the midst of a very busy schedule. It's a jam-packed Phillies Talk podcast presented by Team Toyota. Phillies lead at 3-0 as we move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Jordan Walker, who hit into a double play. His first time up is the batter. Fly ball down the left field line. Hanging up there pretty good. Kepler's over. It's hooking and out of play.
He must have really not known that ball was going to go foul. Scott Barry giving him a chance. He was out of breath. I mean, he said, I'm good. Usually when you hit a ball like that, you typically know when it's going to go foul.
Yes,
or that far foul.
Down and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Opposite way, that's a fair ball. Base hit down the right field line. Castellanos getting to it quickly, and Walker puts the brakes on.
See Sanchez shaking his head. I made my pitch, and I didn't get the result I wanted right off the end. Deep ball, corner pocket. Nothing Harper can do.
Pages takes outside. singled his first time up. Line drive caught by Bryson Stott on the dive. Like a vacuum out at second base. 1 out.
Well, he did it with a bat at the top of the 5th. He does it with a glove in the bottom. It's your GMC precision play. Bryson with a fine play, lunging to his left. Ball was smoked. Dude can flat out pick it.
Victor Scott flied out to center his first time. He takes outside. Again, Bohm is in on the grass at third. He's a little more sheepish about it than he was the last time. That's a strike, 1-1. Steven Matz has started to warm up in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Ground ball to shortstop. It might be tough to double him up. There's one. Oh, bobbled. Oh, he's going to be safe. Well, it'll be a fielder's choice.
E4.
They're going to have to give an error on that.
Have to. And this is what speed does. Probably not going to turn 2, but Bryce said, you know what? Let me try. You see him just take his head off the baseball, just a hair.
Well, if he would have made the play, we would have wowed him. And he probably should have just tried to get the first out.
Yeah.
Phillies are going to review whether this happened on the exchange or not.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. Dan Iasonia to the right, Scott Barry to the left. Iasonia is the one who made the call, but he's also the crew chief. So he would be involved. I think the Phillies think that Stott got the ball back, but then dropped it. See, right here, there's no, this is not the exchange, right? Oh, no, he never had it.
Never had it.
I thought maybe he had it in his glove at that point.
Yeah, the ball ends up on the ground.
Yeah, I don't know what the thought process is here. You know?
Yeah. Maybe they didn't see it come out. Maybe they thought he caught it right there.
That's what I'm wondering, because initially that's what I thought initially from our vantage point until we looked at the replay.
Can't imagine it's taking very long.
No. You know, unless there's something else. You know, did they think the slide was incorrect? Here we go.
The call on the field is confirmed. The runner is safe. Philadelphia loses their challenge.
All right, so it'll be first and second with 1 out. It brings JC to the plate. It is an E4, fielder's choice. That's the first error of the year for Bryson.
Very uncharacteristic.
Christopher Sanchez has rolled 3 double plays today. Little dribbler foul. There's the out distribution. Oh, 0-2, tap the inside part of the plate according to the home plate umpire. That's a good pitch. Popped up outside of first. That'll find the seats over the dugout, Cardinals dugout.
Love to see double play number 4 here. Keep that pitch count down.
swing and a foul. Just got a piece of that changeup.
You either go change up again, see if we'll go out there a little bit farther with you. You see the runners in scoring position.
Cardinals with 2 hits with runners in scoring position in this series.
Or you go back inside with 98.
98.
But it doesn't look like that effort is there. Crazy. Gets such good extension. Uses that his length so well.
Oli Marmol was kind of marveling at Sanchez today. And just his pure development, which I think we all marvel at. Looks back at second, looks over at first. Neither runner being held on. Ground ball out towards second. Stott's got it. Flips to second for one. Over to first. Another double play. 4 double plays this afternoon, rolled by Christopher Sanchez and the Phils. 4-6-3. Phillies lead it 3-0 as we go to the 6th. Independence Blue Cross Philly of the week is Edmundo Sosa. Sosa has provided a spark in the Phillies lineup, hitting .550 with a 1.321 OPS in 6 games this season, scoring 4 runs and driving in 6. Sosa also became the first Phillies player to have multiple hits in his first 5 starts to begin a year since Ryan Howard and Placido Polanco in 2010. Sosa's excellence is brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Edmundo might play tomorrow for the Philadelphia Phillies. We'll see. Steven Matz is going to play today. He's taken over for Miles Michaelis. This is his 5th game of the year. Spent most of his career, just about all of it, as a starting pitcher. Facing Bryce Harper. Michaelis today went 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. I think if you're the Cardinals, you have to be happy with that. Although it doesn't matter. If you look back at that first inning, he should have been out of it without allowing 2 runs.
Correct.
Harper is 1 for 2. Hits that one back towards shortstop, backhanded. Jason and Bryce not running. He may have had a chance because that throw was so errant to beat it out, and plus the JC slipped backward as he grabbed it.
He fell backwards to his right. Ball hit extremely hard.
Hit it right on the nose. Schwarber's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored.
It's like Kyle's in a little bit more of a squat. See, he's a bit more upright, but it's down there.
Yeah, you're right. I think he's going into a squat.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he'll hit one 463 or something like that. Bet365 gives us the odds for Nick Castellanos to get a hit. plus 280. Three and one. There's ball 4. All right, so Kyle didn't hit at 463. Here's Castellanos, who is 1 for 2 with a 2-run double. In there for strike 0-1.
Two former teammates at first base, and Schwarber and Contreras. These two won a World Series together with the Cubbies.
Yeah, two very popular Cubbies. If they both went back tomorrow, they'd probably get standing ovations. 2 balls and 1 strike.
After Kyle's walk in the first inning, Contreras went over and gave him a big hug.
2-2. Matz is going to go back into the starting rotation for the Cardinals. They're going to go to a 6-man rotation. He's scheduled to start the 16th of April. Out of play, and it remains 2-2. Again, he's pitched out of the bullpen so far. 2 earned runs. His strikeout to walk ratio has been good. They don't know how far he'll go in his first start. His pitch count is at 53, the high. Ow. That got a piece of the catcher. And Scott Barry is going to give him some extra time as he heads out to the mound with Matz.
Get him on the kneecap. Tools of ignorance.
Off the hands, base hit it to right field. That may have broken his bat. Schwarber will hold up at second. And Castellanos is 2 for 3.
Bat died a hero. Cassie will take it. That Phil Sheridan can order you some more. No big deal.
From D.C. to Citizens Bank Park, the Phils will welcome the Nats to South Philly for a midweek matchup starting Tuesday, April 29th. Join us at Citizens Bank Park for a variety of events, Ben. Tuesday is Hatfield Phillies Frank Bogo night. Wednesday's Italian family celebration. You can purchase your tickets today by going to phillies.com/tickets. Kepler is 0 for 2. He's flied to right. He has struck out. Bouncing ball right side. Donovan goes to second. That's all they'll get. 2 outs.
Smart play by Donovan. See Kepler shaking his head. He had one he could handle there. He's pretty good out there, Donovan.
Yeah, we mentioned he won a Gold Glove his first year in the big leagues. JT takes one out of the strike zone. 1 ball, no strikes.
Be a good time for his first one of the year.
Yeah, it would. And a high fly ball to shallow left field. Nootbaar is over, and he makes the catch. Inning is over. Phillies strand a couple. They lead it 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Phillies baseball is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play to win with the PA Lottery. Visit PALottery.com or download the app today. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. And by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. There's the old man on a beautiful day.
The mighty miss.
Yep. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Lars Nootbaar leads it off. Christopher Sanchez has allowed 5 hits today, Ben, but he's been able to roll 4 double plays.
Truly a pitcher's best friend.
Since 1960, the most double plays the Cardinals have hit in a game is 5. They've done that 4 times. The last time back in 2011. They did it twice in 1974, which probably made them shake their heads. Nootbaar takes outside 1-2. The most since 1960 in a game. The San Francisco Giants back in 1969 hit into 7.
Wow.
And a called strike 3. Second strikeout for Sanchez. I don't know if Nootbaar thought he was quick pitched on that.
I think he thought it was outside. That caught all the plate.
Well, speaking of the double plays, our Hyundai defensive plays of the game.
Baker hits one in here in the 1st inning. Walker with 1, a 4-3. Wright said, I'll do this myself. Baker again, 4-6-3. There are your Hyundai defensive plays of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Baker is 0 for 2 with those 2 double plays. Phillies did it last year, June 17th, 2024. 1-2.
That is the equalizer, isn't it? That changeup is just lethal. "75 pitches, 53 strikes." Wow. He is just filling it up.
Line drive, base hit it to left field. Baker's around first. He's going to go to second. Here's the throw by Kepler. It is not in time. But they had a chance to get him there. That's his second double of the year.
That's 3 balls he's hit hard today. The first 2 were double plays, but I don't know what else Kepler could do.
All right, so runner at second, and here's Contreras. 3-0 Phillies on top. 6 hits now. Ground ball off the foot of Contreras. Close. It was tight, but it was close.
You mentioned how he's gotten so much better at throwing the lefties in with that good hard sinker. He's gotten really good glove side as well.
Looped out to right center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. A run will score. Contreras will hold up at first. He gets an RBI. It's only his 4th of the year. And it's a 3-1 game.
Contreras able to fist this one out into right center. Not able to get it in there as much as he wanted. Contreras, you got to credit him. Took the knob of the bat to the ball.
Well, now Arenado in a 3-1 game. Fly ball right field, not deep. Castellanos in, over toward the line, and he makes the catch. 2 outs.
Arenado not waiting around. So I'm not grounding in that 5th double play today.
For his last 13 now is Arenado. That's nice that the Phillies can keep him in check. And Donovan the hitter. That's a strike. 0-1. That one gets away from JT. It'll put a runner at second base. Contreras will get up there with a wild pitch.
All right. See that pitch count, pitches by inning.
Yeah, this is the heaviest lifting. Everything else is fine. He can go one more if they want him to. I don't know if they will, but if he can get out of it here. Ground ball over to first. Harper's got it, gobbles it up. Inning is over. 1 run on the RBI single by Contreras. We have played 6. Game 2 of this series. It's 3-1 Phils. Time now for our game summary brought to you by your local Honda dealers. As we go to the 7th inning, what a job by Christopher Sanchez so far. He's at 85 pitches. He's gone 6 innings. He's allowed 1 earned run. He's also been able to roll 4 double plays. Nick Castellanos has a 2-run double. Bryson Stott has an RBI double. Well, the Phillies lead it 3-1 as Matz will go back to work. And he will face Alec Bohm as we begin the 7th inning. Bohm's 0 for 2. Trying to end an 0 for 19. He takes upstairs 1-0. One and one. Opposite way, foul over the head of Paco Figueroa.
One of the greatest guys you'll ever meet. Guys, aces.
Ground ball toward the hole. A diving stop made by Sajaci. And there's a base hit for Alec. See, every once in a while, luck is on your side.
That's right. In the right spot.
Yeah, ends at 0 for 19.
It's a breaking ball. Pulls it in the hole. Nothing Sajaci can do about it.
No chance. All right, so he's at first. Marsh is the batter. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Bunts. And he'll get the runner over. And he has to apply the tag even though he was in the neighborhood of the bag. Marsh okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
I think Wilson's just apologizing. So sacrifice. And the putout goes 1-3.
Nicely done. Get that run back.
Stott has flied out. He has struck out, but he's also doubled home a run. Romano's walking around. Oh, no, he's throwing. So that's probably it for Sanchez. Fouled off.
I think they were going to pick behind Bomer.
All right, Romano's not throwing. He's just wandering.
Simulating.
Yeah, he was simulating. He had his glove on and he went into the windup, so I thought he was throwing. He just snapping his fingers. Fly ball, center field. Wow, look at that ball slice back towards Scott. Bohm tags from second. The throw from Scott cut off on 1 hop. 2 outs. Use your NBC Sports app to stream all of our Phillies coverage all season long. Presented by Lundy Law, your injury lawyers. Trey Turner's 0 for 3. He's flied out, grounded out, struck out. Got a runner over third. Phillies lead it by 2.
Good heads up plate by Bomer just to tag up on that. I know there's 2 outs, but now he can score on wild pitch, pass ball, infield single.
Here he is getting his walking lead off third. Line drive, base hit it to left field, and the Phillies will get a run back. RBI single for Turner. And it's now 4-1.
Love those 2 out tallies. Alec probably would have scored on that anyway from second, but take all the doubt out of it. You're on third. There's a bullet there by Trey Turner.
Trey is now hitting 5 straight.
The double oven mitts on.
0-1. Center field. Scott going back. He's got a read on it, and he makes the catch. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 man left. Time to stretch here in St. Louis.
What a game Christopher Sanchez has pitched. He is out there for the bottom of the 7th inning, 85 pitches. We're back in Philadelphia in our NBC Sports Philadelphia studio. Here's Ricky Bottalico. I'm Michael Barkan. We get to Sanchez, certainly at least in postgame. But Ricky Bo, how about Alec Boehm? He'll take him any way he can get him. He gets the first single in a long time and scores.
It has. It's been a long time for him. I mean, it could turn out to be a really big run in this game. Doesn't matter how you get on base. Sometimes you just got to do little things. He pounded that ball into the ground, little ground ball, shortstop doesn't have time to get up and throw him out. But in this game, I think the one thing that's really got to be pointed out, all the Phillies runs, 2 outs. 2-out hitting has been big for the Phillies in this one.
And Sanchez inducing 4
How about
double
that?
plays.
I mean, this is he doesn't have swing and miss stuff today, but he's getting a lot of ground balls. I'll take, if I'm a starting pitcher, I'll take 27 ground balls. That's
All
it,
right.
on 27 pitches.
Here's Christopher Sanchez, and here's Tom McCarthy and Ben Davis. We'll see you postgame.
All right, Barkan or Newt Bar. 6 innings so far for Sanchez. And Walker fouls it back. And it's 0-1. Walker is grounded into a double play. He is single today. I like this. You know, the bullpen, there's guys available today. I mean, almost everybody's available. But it'd be nice to get a starter into or through the 7th. He may not pitch the whole 7th. Kirkering's already warming up. Phillies starting pitchers have averaged 5 2/3 per outing. And again, it's still early. Swing and a miss. 3rd strikeout. I thought what Ricky said, he was absolutely right. He doesn't have swing and miss stuff today, but he doesn't need swing and miss stuff today.
Something he's very comfortable with doing is pitching to contact. Running the 3rd punch out of the day.
And here's Pages, who's 1 for 2. One ball, 1 strike. Ball 4. Let's take a look and see what Rob's going to do here. No, he's just standing. He's ready to go. He's okay. Victor Scott will be the hitter.
I think getting that run back in the top half.
Well, here's the answer for the Stump the Fans trivia question presented by FanDuel Casino. Kyle Gibson played for the Phillies in 21 and 22 and for the Cardinals in 24. And Ben, we didn't give you a chance to present the answer, but you did figure it out about a half inning afterward.
I did get. I said, oh, Kyle Gibson.
Phillies had Oscar Mercado in camp this spring. Now he's already accomplished the feat as that's looped out to left field, but if he had made the team, he would have been the answer again. First and second with one out. Here comes Rob, so that's going to be it for Christopher Sanchez. 6 1/3 for the Phillies left-hander. I think it was a good try, though, on Rob's chance. He had the bottom of the order due up. Now he got the first out, but now he's got a walk and a single. Our Nissan call to the pen. Christopher Sanchez will leave up by 3, 4-1. We'll be back after this. Put the wheels in motion and plan your next trip to Citizens Bank Park when the Pirates head east to take on the Phils. Friday, May 16th, all fans will receive a Zach Wheeler bobble figurine. Visit Phillies.com to purchase your tickets today. Christopher Sanchez, 6 1/3, scattered 8 hits, 3 strikeouts. He's responsible for the 2 runners. And Ryan Kirkering is going to be the new pitcher. The Cardinals will go to their bench. Nolan Gorman will pinch hit. So Sajaci is done. That ball's hit out to center field. Marsh on the run. He's going to get to it. He waits, makes the catch. The runners go back.
That sounded funky.
It did sound.
It sounded like his bat
very
was hollow,
strange.
didn't it? Gorman not wasting any time.
2 away. Newt Barr is 1 for 2. Outside, 1-0. Outside corner with that sweeper.
That's a tight breaking ball, isn't it?
Sure is.
Same arm speed as his fastball. Interesting. JT selling him something.
Maybe there's something going on at second base with Pajes, that whether he's giving the signs or anything like that.
I don't know how, because they have the pitch comp. Maybe he's given location.
Maybe that's it, given location.
JT saw something he didn't like. don't know how it could be location because JT, he doesn't move till late.
Well, something popped him, caused him to pop up. Cardinals 3 hits with a runner in scoring position in the series. Ball's popped up out of play as Bohm gives it a look.
You can see how late JT moved on that one. They were going in, but he gets set and then he doesn't move till Courtney starts into his delivery.
It's good that he was out in front of that one.
That is really foul.
As far as foul goes, that's foul.
He hit that ball dead right.
Two balls, 2 strikes. And a strike 3 called on the inside corner, according to Scott Barry. And the side is retired. Kerkering gets the 2 hitters that he faced. He may have gotten a little help, but man, there was some great movement on that pitch as we go to the 8th inning. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your local Philadelphia area Chevy dealers. Visit Chevrolet.com. And by Rally House, your city, your house, Rally House, Philadelphia. Outstanding day today here in St. Louis. Warmer than yesterday, cooler than it will be tomorrow. Now the Phillies lead it 4-1 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Steven Matz will face Kyle Schwarber, Nick Castellanos, and Max Kepler. One ball and no strikes to Schwarber. Schwarber's walked twice today. He's now walked 10 times this year. Takes a strike. 1-1. The line on Sanchez since he's done 6 1/3, 8 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He gave up 3 hits. Was it 3 to a lefty's, Ben? Line drive foul by Schwarber. Look out.
Yeah, 3 to a lefty after having not given up any hits to lefties going into today's game. But he threw the heck out of the baseball.
Yeah, he got 4 double plays. They were gigantic in this ball game.
You could say he scattered those 8 hits.
Yeah. Line drive, base hit it to center field for Schwarber.
That ball was smoked.
And now Castellanos. Castellanos has 2 hits today, including a 2-run double.
Broken bat single off of Matz his last time up. Scooted through that right side there with that vacated hole.
Line drive, left center field. Nootbaar on the run, and he's not going to get there. He took a bad route. Castellanos will get to second. It's his second double of the day. Schwarber goes to third. That's a 3-hit day for Nick Castellanos.
He is staying through the ball nicely. How about this read by Schwarber? That ball was up there for a while to split the gap in left center, but that's a tremendous read by Kyle Schwarber. Obviously gets to third base easily.
And now Dusty Blake is going to go out to the mound, the pitching coach for the Cardinals.
Just looked up, that ball that Schwarber hit was 110.7 off the ring. He hits his hard.
Rodri Munoz warming up in the bullpen for the Cardinals.
A little different approach today for the Phils. More center of the diamond oriented.
Well, it's the approach they had, I think, for the first 10 games of the season, up until this road trip. In reality, they certainly had it against the Dodgers last weekend.
For that hit, Nick, batting average up to 308 for Castellanos.
Well, I think he's also a great indication of the not too high, not too low. I mean, he had the 5 strikeout game the other night. And then Rob kind of said, he's fine. And obviously he is fine, because he now has 4 hits in this series. Kepler needs a hit here. He's 5 for his last 35. No extra base hits during that time. Ground ball foul, and it's 1-1.
The infield drawn in. Stay on the pitch. Take it back up the middle.
One and two. Down and away, 2-2.
Really missed his spot there, didn't he?
Yeah.
My goodness.
I know first base is open, but he got lefty on lefty. This is his last batter. He went. And Kepler's down on strikes. So 1 out. Let's see what Ollie Marmol's going to do. He's got the righty warming up. Here he comes. He's looking for the cards to give the infielders. And the Cardinals will make a pitching change here in the 8th inning. So the Phils have 2 in scoring position. JT is due up. And the Cardinals are going to bring in a right-hander. It's our Nissan call to the pen. The Phillies and the Cardinals here on Saturday. Roderick Munoz, the new pitcher for the Cardinals. Phillies are up 4-1. Last season with Miami in 19 games, he had an ERA of 6.53. This will be his first appearance with the Cardinals. And he's going to face JT with the infield drawn in, with Donovan at shortstop, Gorman at second base. Yeah, that one just off the outer edge. It's 1-0. JT 0 for 3. That sinker just disappeared.
I was going to say the same thing. That looked like a splitter. I don't understand that cutter. You threw a 1-0 sinker that you got JT swung right over top of. The cutter's an easier pitch to elevate, get to the outfield in this situation.
Oh, he threw it again.
Like more of like a slider.
Yeah, it did look like it definitely looked different.
Let's put it in play here, JT.
Two balls, two strikes. Outside 3-2.
Base hit, ball 4. Pass the baton here.
Tap foul.
They have their scouting report and they're just sticking to it.
Yep.
Swung over that sinker and he's abandoned it ever since.
That's an interesting swing.
Caught that way out in front.
Swing and a miss. Gets the strikeout, so that's the second out. It brings Bohm up.
8-pitch at bat there. Munoz to Real Muto, and Munoz wins the battle.
Bohm is 1 for 3. Infield single is last time up. Phillies have 2 hits with runners in scoring position. They can desperately would love to get number 3 here. Tack on some runs. Going to the bottom of the 8th inning with Romano coming in, it looks like. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
Man, that thing's nasty.
Yeah, he's got some movement on these pitches. I'm with you, though. It looks like the sinker is sometimes better than the cutter. Wow, he shook to the slider, which he hasn't thrown many of.
No.
See Alex Numbers with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. That's the case here. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing at a foul.
baby. Keep working. I mean, in actuality, his swing really doesn't look any different from last year.
I don't think there's any trepidation in his swing. And the 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2.
Good word there, trepidation.
Just kind of popped out. Phillies scored 2 in the first, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 7th. Looking for more here in the 8th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Munoz comes back to get the strikeout. 3 straight strikeouts for Cardinals pitching after the Phillies got runners on second and third. They leave 2. We're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Phils nursing a 3-run lead. It's never too late to join the Phils family. Prorated ticket plans are available. Plan holders receive many benefits like postseason ticket access. Visit Phillies.com/season to purchase before sales end on April 23rd. Bottom of the 8th inning. And Burleson's going to pinch hit against Jordan Romano. Romano is on for Ryan Kerkering. The numbers for Jordan. He looked very good his last time out against the Braves. Fly ball over near shortstop, and Trey Turner will make the catch.
He held his hand up there until he caught it. Usually you see players will take a hand down. He held it up there the whole time.
No sunglasses, so he's trying to make sure he follows it perfectly. Contreras, the batter, he's 1 for 3. Kerkering went 2/3. He struck out 1. Christopher Sanchez went 6 1/3, 8 hits, struck out 3. And the 1-0 pitch. Back toward the middle, off the glove of Romano. Turner picks it up and throws in time. Oh, not in time. Bryce Harper said, not sure.
How about the athleticism of Turner there, though?
Really good, strong throw. Wow. Phillies are not going to challenge it.
Yeah, probably Bryson gets to that ball if he lets it go through, but Contreras beating it out.
Contreras signaling safe because, you know, it's been a tough road for him too. He wants to manage every hit he can get.
That went off Romano's glove. I thought it went off his foot.
Yeah, glove. So a base hit. Here's Arenado. That one's hit out towards short. Picked on one hop by Turner. Flips to second for one. Over to first in time. The 5th double play of the day for the Phils. And they get out of this 8th inning.
Wow. Arenado's used to doing that to others. Turner does it to him. 6-4-3. And the 8th.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com to find your new vehicle today. Toyota, let's go Phils. By Xfinity, stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Xfinity, bring on the good stuff. By Citizens, official bank of the Phils. And by Independence Blue Cross. Learn more at IVX.com. That's a beautiful shot here in St. Louis. We go to the top of the 9th inning. The Phillies lead it 4-1. They've turned 5 double plays in this afternoon's ball game. Really impressive to see what they've been able to do defensively. 3rd time since 2000 that they've turned 5 double plays in a game. John King is in for the Cardinals, and he delivers high to Marsh. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, that last one there by Turner, that was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, I think you can see the athleticism on a couple plays that he had in this inning. That bare hand, even though he didn't get Contreras, and then that one, the hand-eye coordination. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Marsh down on strikes. Boy, it has been a struggle for Brandon. 4 straight strikeouts for Cardinals pitching.
Marsh is right over the top of the sinker. Now back to the top with Stott.
Stott is 1 for 4 today. One ball, 1 strike. Off the hands, out towards short. And it's run down by Donovan. Two outs. Alvarado warming up in the bullpen. Trey Turner coming up. Michael Barkan, Ricky Metallico standing by for Phillies postgame live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. It's coming up after the ball game today. Phillies and the Cardinals wrap up this series tomorrow afternoon. It'll be the end of this road trip. Zach Wheeler against the lefty Matthew Liberatore. 1 ball, 1 strike to Turner. Turner's got an RBI single today. He's flied out to center, grounded out, struck out, single to left. Fouled off.
Obviously, we all love the home run, but I like the fact that the Phillies were able to score 4 runs today without it.
Yeah. Well, they used the whole field. I mean, they've got 8 hits. They still have left 7. 2-2. There's Alvarado warming up in the pen. They've gone hunting in that dugout a couple times today. Three balls, 2 strikes. Over to third. Arenado makes the play, flips over the first, and it's in time to get Turner. What a play by Arenado. That was outstanding. The Phillies are going to look at it underneath, but I think Contreras held the bag and the ball arrived just in time. That's why he's won 10 Gold Gloves, and he may somehow corral an 11th at some point in his big league career. Look how fast he got rid of that baseball.
That's remarkable.
Phillies go down in order. So now all that's left is the bottom of the 9th inning as the Phils try to even up this series as Jose Alvarado's coming in. Bottom of the 9th inning, the Phillies are on top 4-1, trying to close this one out and take game 2 of this series, even things up. Jose Alvarado's on for the save. It's his going for his 3rd save of the season. What a play by Arenado to finish up that inning. You appreciate really good defense. That was really good. And Phillies have had some good defense today.
Now Turner robbed him.
Yeah.
Turner robbed him in the inning before.
That is true.
Incredible.
Donovan is 1 for 3 today. He'll be followed by Walker and then Pages. First pitch in there from Alvarado on the inside corner, according to the home plate umpire. 0-1. Two. Phillies are trying to get Sanchez his first win of the season. He went 6 1/3, struck out just 3, scattered 8 hits and 1 run. and induce 4 double plays. Check swing. No swings to C.B. Buckner. Every time a Phillies pitcher records a pitch speed of 95 or more, which Alvarado does 9 out of 10 times, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Swing and a miss. 1 out here in the 9th inning. It's only 5 strikeouts today for Phillies pitching.
Yeah. Trusting their defense. That's lefty on lefty crime right there.
Jordan Walker's 1 for 3. 0-1. Fly ball out to shallow left field. With his hand up, shading his eyes from the sun, Trey Turner makes the catch. And there are 2 outs. I guess he doesn't like sunglasses.
No.
And now Pages.
He's been active out there today, that's for sure.
He really has. Pages is 1 for 2. He has singled, he's lined out, and he's walked. At the knees, 101.
Good luck hitting that one. The only outcome, if you swing at that, the only outcome is a broken bat. That's it.
Oh, 0-2.
He goes 101 to 85.
Yeah, the 0-2 in the dirt. 1 hopper.
Ow. JT just shakes it off like nothing happened. Tough as nails.
Off the hands, out to left. Kepler coming on, and he's there to make the catch. And the ball game is over. The Phillies even up this series. They win it today by a final score of 4-1. A really solid team effort today for the Phils. Good pitching, good defense, and they got enough timely hitting to pick up the victory.
Yeah, that's a good W all the way around, as you mentioned, and they did it in a myriad of ways today. Timely hitting. Just 5 strikeouts for the pitching staff today, but they played just tremendous defense. Castellanos coming through with a couple big knocks.
Our Toyota Camry turning point. It is Nick Castellanos. This double in the 1st inning.
Really the game winner. Double to left center here, just off the glove of Scott. Well-plated Harper and Schwarber, all with 2 outs. There's your Toyota Camry turning point.
Yeah, solid effort today by the Phils. And Nick is our player of the game. Brought to you by Chevrolet. 3 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. His second 3-hit game of the season, which is tops on the Phils. Raised his batting average up over 300. More than anything else, I mean, after a couple losses, tough losses for the Phillies, they're able to stabilize things and they win it by a final score of 4-1. Nice way to spend a Saturday afternoon here at the old ballpark as the Phillies even up this series with the St. Louis Cardinals. 4 runs on 8 hits for the Phils, 1 run on 9 hits for the Cardinals. And Nick Castellanos joins us down on the field. Nick, congratulations on this win. First and foremost, we captured the catch and the high five with the kid down the right field line. You absolutely made his day. That was so cool to watch happen out there.
Yeah, it was cool to be a part of. Just caught it, looked up. He was right there and fired me up. So I got to dap him up, which was cool.
Yeah, he's still out there right now. He's still kind of soaking in this whole thing. How good of a victory is this for the team after a couple tough losses?
Sure. I mean, every single victory that we get is a good one. It's a big one because they all add up in the end.
Nick, how important? I know you guys rely heavily on the home run, but you guys able to put 4 runs on the board today without it. How big is that for you collectively as an offense?
Well, I think just having consistent at-bats, constantly making that pitcher throw pressure pitches with guys in scoring position, sticking to our plan, right? Taking what the game gives us. If we do that, we're going to be fine with or without the home run.
We've talked about this the last couple of days. Rob Thompson talked about it. I think you're a credit to a lot of people after the 5 strikeout game. You turn the page immediately, and Rob goes, he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine when everybody was asking him about it.
That's funny. I wonder if he believed it.
I think he did believe it, honestly. He was so – you could hear the confidence in his voice. But how do you reset after something like that?
That's a good question. It was just one of those games, right? I think just trying a little bit too hard. I told Kevin I was really excited that I was in the 4-hole, so I wanted to make sure that I made something happen, and a lot of times I'm my own worst enemy. So I think just kind of recognizing that, being able to laugh it off, and just to get right back to work, and that's really all I got. I don't even know if that's an answer, but
no, that's good.
Just be ready to play today because tomorrow is gone.
Defense today was great, 5 double plays, but you guys take a lot of pride in your defense. How big is that for you guys playing behind Sanchez the way he threw the ball today?
Well, I know double plays are what is it called, jam savers. When you're in a jam, you get a double play, you get out of it. It also saves his arm, so he's able to go deeper in the game. So, how many did they turn today?
5.
That's a lot. That's 10 outs with double plays.
That's out. It's at 10 outs. That's awesome. Well, Nick, we appreciate it, bud. Thanks for joining us today.
No doubt.
All right, Nick Castellanos, our guest. Yeah, he made that youngster's day.
He did.
Down the right field line. As we said, he's still here and sort of soaking it in. All right, so the Phillies even up this series. They win it today. Tomorrow they'll go for the series victory. We'll be on NBC 10 beginning at 2 p.m. Eastern time. First pitch is scheduled for 2:15. Phillies win it today by a final score of 4-1. Everybody's happy. Christopher Sanchez picked up his first victory of the season. Until tomorrow, enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, everybody. For Ben Davis and our entire crew, I'm Tom McCarthy. So long from St. Louis.
Not going farther than a little pole.